What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the CarCast here on Pike TV. I hope you guys are enjoying the new name and the new logo. A lot of time and effort went into the logo. I want to thank my friend Jamie again for helping. I also updated the bio, basically stating that I'm dedicating this channel to my dad, Terry Pike. He's no longer with us, as I've said before in some of the other videos, but I just wanted to kind of dedicate it to him as a tribute. I feel like he kind of lives, his spirit lives on in me, and I miss him a lot. I recently watched a Pixar movie that came out, I think last year, beginning of this year, called Onward. And it was about two brothers going off on an adventure to talk to their dad one last time through magic. I highly recommend the movie. I'll have to do a review on it. Very emotional for me. It really hit home. And he's been gone for 2 years now, so it doesn't get any easier. I don't normally talk about it, because when I do normally talk about it, of course the tears start to come, and I get very emotional when I talk about it, because in life he has been my biggest inspiration, my role model. He is what inspired me, I guess, to kind of do the entertainment thing. Because he was always, him and his brother, back when they were younger, used to make videos all the time with the old, I think they were the 8mm cameras. Well, no, I don't know. Anyway, but they used to make home movies and stuff. My dad used to be real into doing makeup. Like he would do the scratches and wounds and all that. And he used to practice on my sister when she was younger, and so he's got like this whole booklet of pictures that my sister actually has. It's out at my mom's in storage. But no, I would like to get my hands on that book and maybe kind of show you guys some of the things that he used to do. He was always a huge horror fan. Loved Freddy Krueger. That was his favorite horror movie of all time. And so some of the makeup designs that he had done in that book were inspired by Freddy Krueger. And just, he was talented with that kind of thing. And I wish that he would have done more of that, when I was born. He kind of stopped getting into that once I got older. He did get into painting a lot. He had a lot of paintings. I'll have to show off a few of those in my bedroom. I've got them hanging up on my wall, and that is actually what inspired my brother to start painting. And my brother, he's been painting for I don't even know how long. He's enjoyed painting for at least 20 years, I think. 15, 20, somewhere around there. So my dad has been a big inspiration on a lot of our talents, and I mean, if you want to call this a talent, I try to be funny. I try to do funny things. My aunt doesn't think I'm funny. She thinks these videos need to be funnier, but this one I just wanted to kind of talk about my dad and how he is my biggest inspiration, my biggest role model. But I guess a couple things that we used to do back, it was after my parents got divorced, actually. I chose to stay at the house, and at first my dad had moved away to go live with his brother for a little bit, and then some stuff happened, and my mom ended up moving in with my grandma, and so my dad moved back into the house, and I ended up staying with him. And I had lived in that house up until the point that I was 22 or 23 is when I moved out. But that had just been kind of my childhood home. I didn't want to leave it. I didn't really care at the moment what parent I was staying with. I didn't. I wanted to stay at that house. The house was mine. And so basically when my dad moved back, it was him and I for a while. And we used to go to the flea market quite often. There used to be a flea market here in town. And we would go there, and my stop would always be the action figures, the airsoft guns. He would stop at the action figures too to look for Looney Tunes toys. He used to collect those when my parents were still together. And when they got divorced, he kind of gave a lot of that stuff to my uncle, his brother. And so later on in life, he started to kind of collect that stuff more and more again. And he would put it up in his office and all that. And I think my sister still has some of the Looney Tunes stuff. I think we're getting ready to try to send that to my uncle. Me and my brother took the Bruce Lee figures that he had. My dad was a huge fan of Bruce Lee. I've even got, I don't know if you can kind of see that little thing in the corner there, but that's a picture of Bruce Lee that my dad had. But he was a huge karate fan, a huge Bruce Lee fan. I never really got too much into the Bruce Lee stuff. I was more into the Looney Tunes type of stuff because I used to play with it when I was a kid. I wasn't supposed to because it was his. But we used to go to the flea market, and usually before we went to the flea market, we would always go to Sonic. And when we went to Sonic, his go-to choice was always I think it was the ultimate breakfast burrito. And he would get that every time, and we'd always go to the flea market afterwards and just walk around, look around. And him and I actually went to go see the first Iron Man movie. And it's a funny story about that too, because we checked online for times for the movie, and I guess there was a time on there that wasn't in the movie theater. And so when we got to the movie theater, we asked for the time or the ticket on the time and all that. And it ended up being just him and I in the theater. So I got to spend, a whole movie, just me and my dad, alone by ourselves in the theater. It was kind of fun. Him and I used to go around and do that kind of stuff a lot. Go out to movies. Be a couple times where we went to go play pool. I mentioned that a couple episodes back. And it just makes it hard to talk about those kind of things with him being gone. I just miss him a lot. I don't really talk about him that much. So I figured I'd talk about him today, get some things out. But I definitely dedicated the channel to him. I'm sure he would have laughed at how stupid I am on these videos. So he's been my biggest inspiration, always been my role model. I would love to be half the man that he was. He was a great father, excellent husband. There were some tough times there, but in relationships, who isn't? I don't know why I said who isn't. With tough times, there's always tough times in relationships. Whether you're married for 23 years, or you've been together for a year, or you've been together for 2 months. Tough times happen. All the time. You know, and with me being 24 at the time when he died, I still had so much left to learn from him. And I don't have that father figure around anymore. But I still have dreams about him. I still think about him. Still miss him. But anyway, that has been another episode of the CarCast. Hope you guys enjoy this video. It's a little bit more somber, but I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Make sure you leave a like, comment. Also hit the subscribe button. Helps me out, helps my channel out to kind of get out there a little bit more. So, all right. I hope you guys enjoy this video. And as always, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Forgot to say at the beginning of the video, but I always have my seatbelt on, because you always got to have your seatbelt on while you're driving, no matter if you're going 5 minutes down the street, whether you're moving your car down the road, whatever. If you're driving halfway across the city, always have your seatbelt on. But anyway, all right. Thank you guys. Have a great day.